Well, welcome back. You know, earlier in the year, we talked with confidence researcher Dr. Cinder Kamphoff about how the lack of confidence among Gen Z. So today she joins us again to talk about 8 practices to build that confidence. And you've got your Olympic wear on.
I'm ready.
Because you coached Olympians in your past. I mean, and with all of your coaching. So you said you're a mental strength coach.
Yeah, mental performance coach.
Mental performance coach. And also you have a great podcast. You asked me to be on your podcast, which was so fun.
In a few weeks.
And we also met at a speakers series, which you're a speaker, you're amazing. I heard, I got a chance to listen to you. So that research that you shared with us was so interesting to me, having kids this age and talking to my kids about this. So now that we know more about that, and you can find that on our website, by the way, if you want to go ahead and watch that segment. Let's talk about these ways to get this done, okay?
Perfect.
So let's start out with these 4. We'll start and do 2 at a time. So you should always set clear goals with a plan, and you should always prepare with purpose. Now that seems a little like logical, but why is that more than just those words?
Well, that's important because just like Olympians have big goals and then they break them down into small process goals. So small things that they need to do. And we know that preparation, we have to do the work, and preparation drives our behavior and it eliminates that self-doubt. So you have to do the work to feel confident.
You have to have the preparation, you have to have the dates on your calendar, you have to have the goals set per week, per day, per minute, per hour. It matters, right?
It matters.
And if you don't make the goal, it's okay, but you got to make sure you keep setting these parameters. Speaking of that, the last 2 in that 4 were let go of mistakes and know who you want to be. So talk about that.
These are so important, especially letting go of mistakes. You know, just like Olympians, they can't be their best if they're not in the present moment, just like we can't. So at Mentally Strong, we teach this tool called Learn, Burn, Return, which is all about like...
Learn, burn, return.
Exactly. It's all about letting go of mistakes and learning from them, but using a cue or phrase to let them go. And this is so important because our research found 70% of people struggle with a harsh inner critic and have difficulty letting go of mistakes.
Even Olympians. I mean, think about how much it took for even Michaela Schifrin to get that darn gold, and she finally did this week. I'm not telling you, I was driving my car, and when I heard she got the gold, I started screaming. I'm so excited for her. My son met her once. She's so amazing. Anyway, that's a good example of that, right? Okay, let's get to the other 4. Celebrate small wins, become your own coach. Talk about that.
So celebrating small wins is important. So this idea of like progress over perfection, we want to just, even if it's a 10-second celebration, and we know that people who celebrate successes are more likely to be motivated and confident.
So don't just move on. Actually stop for a moment.
Yeah, even if it's 10 seconds. And I think the other one is about being your own best friend. And we know that confidence comes from the voice you practice. So the voice inside your head, and you can be your own best friend. You can be your own coach, which that to me means like celebrating your successes, paying attention to what's working well and what you have done well instead of all the ways that you're not measuring up.
So really talking to yourself and actually verbalizing sometimes is such, and you can see the Olympians doing that.
Exactly, you can.
Last but not least, respond, overreact, build a circle of support. So talk about those 2.
So these 2 are so important because we know that we can't get too high or too low, just like an Olympian, right? And we need to respond with purpose and intention instead of just react with our negativity bias. And we also know Olympians have not got to the podium by themselves. And just by us celebrating each other and, you know, celebrating, encouraging others, confidence can be a performance multiplier and enhancer when we celebrate each other and really focus on what each other has done well.
So one of your many skills and jobs and professions is this is what you do. So if someone needs a coach, they should. And then what is your podcast called?
It's called The High Performance Mindset, and you can find me at just drcindra.com if you want to learn more about our work we do with athletes and leaders.
Well, thanks for coming.
Thank
I really
you so
appreciate
much.
it.
I'm so
Go
grateful.
USA, right?
Let's go.